the body.
O yan.
My fellow Filipinos, my esteemed colleagues, and to every citizen who dare to hope, this moment is yours. Today, as we adjourn the 19th Congress of the Philippines, we do more than close the book on a legislative chapter. We place a marker in history, one that says, the House of the People stood firm, worked hard, and made change real. In a time defined by uncertainty, division, and doubt, this Congress chose a different path. We chose purpose over politics, service over self, and action over excuses.
Nako.
We were not just present, we were relentless. From July 2022 to June 10, 2025, we filed over 11,557 bills and 2,393 resolutions, passed 1,565 measures, and enacted 287 national and local laws. Across 188 session days, we processed an average of 29 measures a day. But let me be clear, this is not about volume. This is about value. O itong paramihan ng batas, ang tanong may silbi ba sa tao? And I say with conviction, yes, these laws mattered. These laws made lives better. Under the guidance of this Congress, aspirations became laws. We secured our sovereignty through the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act, the Philippine Marine Zones Act, and the Self-Reliance Defense Posture Program. We protected our farmers through the Anti-Agriculture Economic Sabotage Act and revived forgotten industries through the Salt Industry Development Act. We unlocked investments with the Maharlika Investments Fund Act, the Ease of Paying Taxes Act, and the Create More Act. We brought education and employment within the reach through the Academic Recovery and Accessible Learning ARAL Program Act, Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program Act, and Enterprise-Based Education and Training Framework Act. We adopted to a digital future with the Internet Transaction Act and the VAT on Digital Services Law. We laid the groundwork for the sustainable expansion of our energy supply.
Ay, linalatago niya yung mga kabalbalan na ginawa nila dyan sa House of Representatives. Ang dami ho niyang binibida. Ito lang, Brad, yan, simple lang. Meron ho ba kayong maramdaman sa mga sinasabi na yan ni Tamba? Anak ng tokwa.
Through the Philippine Natural Gas Industry Development Act and amendments to the IPIRA law. These are not mere statutes. They are strategic shifts. They redefine the role of government from passive bystanders to active catalysts. Batas na may tapang, batas na may puso.
Batas na may puso, batas na may tapang. Akap yan, Brad.
Batas na may saysay.
Akap
We did
yan.
not legislate for headlines. We legislated for history. Our legislative work was never done in isolation. Every measure we passed was in deliberate alignment with the two cornerstones of our national transformation. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s Bagong Pilipinas government's agenda and the Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028. We translated vision into law. We took the administration's whole of government, whole of society approach and turn that into action that benefits every Filipino. We attribute our success to the strong partnership between the executive and legislative branches, a partnership that must continue to deliver for the Filipino people. Ang mga reformang ipinasa ng Kongresong ito ay may direksyon,
May direksyon,
may kabuluhan,
may
at may
kabuluhan,
hangarin iangat
May hangarin.
ang buhay ng bawat Pilipino. From food security to digital transformation, from social protection to economic resilience, this Congress became a legislative engine that powered Bagong Pilipinas.
wow.
Our collaboration with the executive was neither automatic
Galing sana no, galing sana kung 'di ba bumibida ng ganyan itong si Romualdez. Okay sana kung yung resulta ay nakita ng mga kababayan natin. Ang saya sana pagka ganun eh. Kasi wala ho tayong nakitang resulta sa trabaho nitong mga walang yang to. Naubos ho yung 3 taon. Wala ho silang naiambag maliban doon sa walang kaliwat ka ng ang tawag dito, hearing na ginawa nila dyan sa TWADCOM, dyan sa TRICOM, dyan sa Committee on Appropriation, di ba? Maliban doon sa mga committee na yon, maliban doon sa mga hearing na yon, hindi ho naging kapaki-pakinabang itong 19 Congress na to sa pamumuno nitong si Speaker Martin Romualdez dyan sa House of Representatives. Wala ho tayong nakitang resulta. Maliban sa puro hearing hong ginawa nila sa totoo lang.
nor ornamental. It was deliberate and essential. Out of the 64 bills in the common legislative agenda, we enacted 33 into law. We passed 27 out of the 28 priority LEDAC measures on time and on target. This unity was never about surrendering independence. It was about aligning our purpose with the priorities of the Filipino people. It was about making government work, not just from Malacanang or from Congress, but as one government, one republic, one nation. 19th Congress was not only productive, it was inclusive. We made space for every voice: women, youth, indigenous peoples, persons with disabilities, and marginalized sectors. Ito ang tunay na tahanan ng mamamayan, bukas sa lahat, para sa lahat.
Wow! Bukas sa lahat, para sa lahat. Anak ng to, ang ganda na Meron ding ghostwriter to, parang si Risa. Sigurado tayo, yan eh. Malamang si Jude Asidre nagsulat niyan.
We take pride in the empowered leadership of our women legislators, whose diligence, brilliance, and compassion gave depth to our laws and debates. We salute our sectoral and party list representatives who grounded our policies in the realities of ordinary Filipinos, from farmers and laborers to solo parents and persons with special needs. And to our young guns, a special shout out to SDML, Congressman Ferdinand Marcos, our young lawmakers,
Wow!
who brought innovation, passion, and purpose to this chamber. You have proven the future of the House is bright. You,
Bright daw ang future ng Congress habang nandiyan anong pangalan to, si Charis, anak ng toko. Ito sa pamilya ng Marcos, simple lang yan. Magpapulburuntes kayong lahat. Lahat na, wag na lang si Marcos Jr., pati yang si Sandra. Lahat na, maging ikaw, Brad. Para magkaalaman kung mga kasi marami nagsasabing mga pulburonik daw kayo eh. Hira, oh.
showed that courage has no age and that fresh ideas can thrive within the walls of tradition. Ang kabataan ng Kamara, hindi lang pag-asa ng bayan, katuwang nasa paggawa ng pagbabago. We also commend the senior statesmen and institutional leaders who chaired our most strategic and demanding panels. Quad Committee and the TRICOM, which ensured cohesion across our most complex priorities. Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, which fearlessly tackled anomalies and upheld the House's moral compass. And the Murang Pagkain para sa Pilipino Super Committee, which refocused government action on food
Super committee. Saan ang ginagawa ng super committee mo? Napababa kahit ni singkong bingi. Yang presyo ng bigas diyan sa super committee mo na yan, yang murang pagkain. Super committee, asa na? Na-dismantle ba nila yung mga smuggler sa Pilipinas ng bigas? 'Di ba? Na pinpoint ba natin yung root cause ng kamahalan ng pagkain sa Pilipinas? Ang daming naglitawan. Alam nyo, sino sinisi? Sinisi nila retailer. Anak ng tokwa. Hindi nila sinisi ang pamahalaan sa napakapangit na serbisyo para sa mga magsasaka. Walang irrigation, walang teknolohiya, hindi nila sinisi yun. Isinisi nila yung mga nagbebenta. Yung mga nagbebenta na yan, kung magkano ang kuha nila, papatong na, natural, negosyante yung mga papatong yung mga yan. Pero kung maraming supply, mura talaga ang bentahan at kumikita ang mga magsasaka, yun ho ang normal na paraan para pababain ang presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin. Hindi puro import ng import. Walang nga kayo. Natapos yung super committee nila, hindi man lamang naging malinaw sa kaisipan ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi man nila na-pinpoint diyan sa committee na yan kung ano nga ba ang root cause ng napakamahal na presyo ng bilihin sa Pilipinas. Yung simple na yun, hindi nila malaman-laman. Kasi pagka talagang hinukay nila ng hinukay yan, babalik ko sa kanila problema. Ano problema? Kakurakutan ng mga politikong kagaya nyo diyan sa House of Representatives. Yun ang problema. Huwag kayong mag-committee. Anak ng tokwa. Kayo ang problema ng bansa na to. Yung mga walang yang politiko dyan sa House of Representatives, yung mga kurakot, mga magnanakaw, mga walang hiya, huwag nyo nang hanapin kung sino problema. Kayo ang problema dyan.
Security and affordability. These committees help restore public trust, proving that transparency, efficiency, and compassion can coexist with lawmaking. Also today, I rise, not in defiance, but with resolve, guided by duty, grounded in principle. The decision of the Senate, sitting as an impeachment court, to return the articles of impeachment is deeply concerning.
Nako.
These articles were transmitted by the Chamber in accordance with the Constitution and with the overwhelming support of 215 members who answered the people's call for accountability. Let me speak plainly, yet with utmost respect. The House of Representatives acted not out of haste, but with deliberate care. We followed the law, we honored our mandate, and above all, we stood for what the Filipino people deserve.
Yung mga hindi pumapalakpak, walang ayuda. Yung mga hindi pumapalakpak, walang ayuda. Naknanto ko si Raul Manuel, di na pumapalakpak, di nakapasok eh. Oo. Si Raul Manuel, ito si Raul Manuel. Di na siya pumapalakpak. Bahala kayo dyan, di na ako salis ng Oo. Yung sabi nitong si pumalakpak ka. Ito, tingnan nyo.
Indeed.
Ayun itong si Franz Castro, pumapalakpak pa siya. Sabi nila kay ito. Tingnan nyo nasa likod ito. Yan, ayan sila. Game. Tinitingnan ka.
Indeed.
Palakpak ka, Brad. Langya ka, palakpak ka. Oh. Palakpak ka, hindi ka pwede hindi pumalakpak. Oh. Oh, palakpak tayo. Oh.
Indeed, a government
Ayun
that
naman, oh.
answers to its citizens.
Langya
The
tayo.
House is
O ngayon, alam niyo na ho na requirements pagka nagtatanong-pati yung biik na, yung walang yan, kailangan pumalakpak.
not only the voice of the people, it is a guardian of their trust. When allegations arise that threaten
Guardian of
public
trust.
confidence in our institutions,
Kung meron nung kaming hindi pinagkakatiwalaan dito, alam niyo sino? Kayo mga buhaya dyan sa House of Representatives. Huwag niyo nang bulahin yung mga sarili niyo na may tiwala kami sa inyo. Ha? Huwag. Yung pagkapanalo ng mga congressman dyan, ikaw nga wala kang kalaban eh. Anong guardian of our trust? Paano nagtitiwala sa yung mga taga-Tacloban, taga-Leyte? Wala kang nga kalaban. Nang tokwa.
our duty is
Kanya
clear:
talaga, oo.
to seek the truth,
Oh,
to uphold transparency, and to demand accountability
oh,
without fear,
oh,
without favor.
oh.
This is not a political exercise. This is our constitutional duty. That is why we will continue to move forward respectfully but resolutely. We shall comply with the requirements of the impeachment court, not to abandon our cause, but to ensure the process continues. Because in matters of truth and accountability, the House does not back down. We act not for ourselves, but for the nation, for every Filipino who hopes for clean, honest governance, for every citizen who still believes that public office is a public trust.
Naku,
Let history bear
pambihira oh. Kalahati ng talumpati mo, binabanatan mo si Bibi Sara.
witness.
Kaya ka
The
naman,
House of the people stood firm, not in opposition, but in conviction. In this House, we did not falter, we stood firm, because that is what the people deserve. At this juncture,
alam naman ho yan alam naman niya. Basta ang gusto lang mangyari itong bakulaw na to, itong halimaw na to, mawala lang si VP. Alam niya hindi siya magbibenepisyo. Walang galit lang talaga. Kumbaga nasaktan yung ego nitong si Tamba. Nung tinawag siya Tambaloslos, hanggang ngayon tinatawag siya Tambaloslos, di ba? Nasaktan lang, nakanti lang yung ego ni VP ang si Tambaloslos, di ba? Hanggang ngayon, wala akong pakialam, di ako mag-presidente, vice-presidente, senador. Basta matanggal si Sara. Para yun yung batang brat, yung mga nag-aalburoto. Ganyan.
let me recognize the House leadership team, our deputy speakers, our minority leaders, and all our committee chairs. You are the backbone of our Congress. You are the source of our productivity. Sa bawat tagumpay ng Kongreso, may mukha sa likod ng kamera. Ang pinuno ng mayorya at minorya at ang mga taga-pangulo ng mga komite na tahimik na nagsisilbi. To our House Secretariat, legislative staff, public affairs teams, maintenance crews, security personnel, and support units. You made these achievements possible. To the staff who stayed late so we could finish early. To the hands that delivered our mandates, mandamo nga salamat. My colleagues, you were not merely lawmakers, you were architects of progress. To the Filipino people, your voice echoed in these halls. Your dreams shaped our agenda. To the incoming 20th Congress, we leave you a house not broken, but blazing a trail, not adrift, but anchored in results. To those of us who are moving on, there is a time for everything. Your service will be remembered. Your legacy will endure. We did not just write laws, we wrote a better future. We did not just pass bills, we passed the test of leadership. This is the 19th Congress. This is your House of the People. And this is what good governance looks like.
Wow. Yan daw ang good governance. Anak ng toko, ayawan na kung yung good governance, ganitong itsura ng mga good governance. Wag na lang tayo mag-good governance. Diba? Yan ang pagmumukha ng good governance. Yung mukha na yan, anak ng toko.
Buhay ang sambayanang Pilipino.
Oh.
Mabuhay ang Kongreso. Maraming salamat po.
Ang dami. Mas yumaman ako, sabihin mo. Yumaman sa kaibigan, kayo naman, baka may sabihin, pipake newsan ko tong si hindi yumaman sa kaibigan, yumaman din sa kaaway. Ang dami kayang galit dyan sa House of Representatives. Yung iba dyan, pumapalakpak, pero deep inside, talagang galit na galit sa kanya. Dito naman tayo sa pagpapaalam na Senado, dito kay, ang tawag dito kay Coco Pimentel. Ito. Okay?
Together with Senator Cynthia, Senator Grace, Senator Bong Revilla, Senator Nancy, Majority Leader Francis, today I rise with a grateful heart to honor a longtime friend, a colleague, and a principled leader, Senator Aquilino Coco Pimentel III, who at the end of this
Mag-aaway din kayo niya.
Congress
Away din kayo niya.
concludes his term as minority
Gagamitan lang
leader.
naman kayo.
It has been one of the deepest honors of my life so far to serve in the Senate minority alongside Senator Coco. Together, we held the line during some of the most critical moments in our legislative history. And through it all, he led with calm resolve, brilliant legal acumen, and unwavering fidelity to the Constitution. Senator Coco brought incisiveness and distinction to the role of fiscalizer. He asked the hard questions when others chose silence, whether scrutinizing the national budget with precision or boldly raising constitutional doubts on the passage of the Maharlika Investment Fund. He reminded us that loyalty to the people and to the law must always trump political expediency. And just last night, we bore witness to another defining moment of this Senate and of Senator Coco's steadfast leadership when this chamber finally acted on the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. It was Senator Coco who stood firm in reminding the Senate of its constitutional duty. While the minority and other colleagues did not succeed in preventing the remanding to the House of the impeachment complaint, let the record show that when history knocked on the door of the Senate, he did not flinch. He answered it with courage and clarity.
Okay lang sana kung talagang, di ba? Okay lang sana kung talagang siya nagsulat yan kaso yung kanyang ghostwriter. Mayroong ghostwriter ho yan kumakalat ko yung video sa social media, talagang lahat ng salitang lumalabas sa bibig nitong si Risa, meron ho yung yung mukha ng alo na yun, di ba? Yung abogado niya, talagang saktong-sakto sa buka ng bibig ni Risa. Yung abogado niya, kabisado niya yung sinasabi ni Risa. Kaya para dun sa mga gusto maging presidente yan si Risa Ontiveros, mag-isip-isip po kayo. Laking problema yun pagka naging presidente natin.
In all these, I see the enduring legacy of his father, the late Senate President Aquilino Nene Pimentel Jr., a patriot who, in 2001, chose to resign rather than be complicit in the refusal to open a piece of evidence in another impeachment trial. Senator Coco has carried that torch of integrity forward, fearlessly, faithfully, and humbly. To you, Senator Coco, salamat kaayo. Thank you for being a voice of principle in the noise. Thank you for being a patient but firm partner and leader in the minority. Thank you for reminding us that the strength of our democracy lies not in numbers, as said by one of our colleagues who spoke earlier, but in ethical clarity. The Senate just won't be the same without you. But I have no doubt that wherever your road next leads, you will continue to be a servant of the people and a steward of our democracy. Mabuhay ka, Senator Coco. Padayon at maraming salamat. Salamat, Mr. President.
Ayun ho ang magkano po siya
Noted and entered into the records. Thank you, Senator.
Di lahat ng nagyayakapan, nagmamahalan yan, nagtandaan yung mga kababayan. Yan dalawa na yung gagamitan. Yung isa gusto maging presidente. Yung isa, hanggang ngayon, di pa rin niya, yung pagiging support niya sa PDP. Brad, bigay mo na kasi.